Welcome back to Conspiracy Y, our 9th episode. On today's episode, we'll take a look at the mysterious and strange disappearance of Kenny Veach. I'll take a look, read some articles, and give my opinion at the end. Let's go. In life, good things happen and bad things happen, but a certain group of people refuse to accept the findings of what happened. This is where the conspiracy is born. I'll be your host, Arthur Wells, through this journey of knowns and unknowns, information and misinformation of some of the world's most important solved and unsolved mysteries. Welcome to Conspiracy Y. This article is from newstime.com. Kenny Veach was an enthusiastic explorer and YouTuber who disappeared while climbing in Nevada in 2014. Kenny was a 47-year-old from Las Vegas, Nevada, with a YouTube channel called Snakebit McGee. He cherished climbing and going to better places for investigations. He found a M cavern which caused his body to vibrate while entering it. He shared his experience going to the cave on his YouTube channel, and individuals were extremely interested to find out about the sanctuary, so they urged him to go again. Veach had proactively gone to the spot 2 times, so he set off on a mission to find the area for a 3rd time, which prompted his vanishing. What happened to Kenny Veach? Kenny Veach vanished while climbing to track down a mysterious cavern in Nevada on November 10th, 2014. He had been a brave and inquisitive individual who had gone to places like the Mojave Desert and the Great Basin Desert. He had been doing investigations of spots for almost 20 years, and he went to such destinations without taking a GPS gadget or even a compass with him. Likewise, he went to the caverns alone this time, but sometimes he would take his better half, Sharon Pilgrim, on certain investigations. Kenny, for the most part, went alone to these spots and used to take a base minimum of provisions with him. Things had flipped around for him when he went to the mysterious cavern, otherwise called M Cavern, for the 3rd time. Veach found and experienced the effects of the cave while climbing close to Nellis Air Force Base. The cavern was covered up, and the entry of the cave was formed like an ideal capital M. He shared that when he began to enter the cavern, he felt his entire body had started to vibrate, and when he drew near the cavern's entrance, the vibration turned out to be more extreme, and he got terrified and left the place. Kenny Veach went missing while looking for this mysterious MCave, yet his body or whereabouts have not been found to this day. His sweetheart recorded an instance of missing Kenny when he did not get back in the wake of seeing the M Cavern for the 3rd time. After Sharon recorded the missing protests, the police started their pursuit by taking a rescue team of 30 and a helicopter to search for Kenny Veach. The rescue team found Kenny's phone in his backpack close to the mine, while nothing else was found alongside these things. Sharon accepted that Kenny may have turned off his cell phone in the mining tunnel to keep him from being found. Essentially, Veach's vehicle was additionally tracked down, left 4 hours from the mining tunnel. Where could Kenny Veach be now? Kenny Veach's whereabouts are mysteriously absent, which prompt different speculations and theories. Certain individuals figured he could have died because on that day he had taken out less supplies than he normally takes on his excursions, while some accept some mishap may have happened which had taken Kenny's life. Additionally, his sweetheart uncovered that Kenny was experiencing discouragement and had not taken his prescription pills. Along these lines, there are many thoughts that he may have committed suicide. There are certain individuals who believe Kenny Veach's disappearance is all a scam and wanted to leave the life he was living and start a new one. It's almost been 8 years since the disappearance of Kenny Veach, and whether he is dead or alive, the mysterious disappearance of Kenny Veach still remains a mystery. Alright, let's hop right into the disappearance of Kenny Veach. What made me want to do this story was I always knew a little bit about it from years ago. A couple mystery shows I used to watch talked about it, spoke about it. But I watched the movie Horror in the High Desert, and the names were being, they were using different names. So I'm like, this story seems familiar. So I, you Google, and I found out that it was the Kenny Veach story. And I'm like, wow, this is interesting. Let me do a story on it. So we're going to just talk a little bit about what we think happened to Kenny Veach. So we're going to go over some things that we know and some things that we might just assume. So don't assume and make an ass out of yourself. But, in order to get down to the nuts and bolts of the conspiracy or the mystery, we have to wonder and ask ourselves questions. So one thing I didn't know that the movie said, that a few articles said that the movie didn't say, he was taking meds. So he was suffering from some type of mental health issue. I didn't know that, which kind of, it makes me turn a little bit of what I believe into different things, because the mind go to wonder and you're like, he was on meds. Another thing was, it was close to Nellis Air Force Base. One thing you don't want to be doing is playing around an air base, anything with the government. And the hole was covered up. So if something's covered up, it's obviously someone doesn't want anyone to go past that thing. They probably didn't think anyone would be up there climbing, because he was in high altitudes, nuts, crannies and crevices of mountains and plains and all types of reveres and all types of stuff that he was in. It was covered up. Why would he go searching to covered stuff? I don't know. People want to do stuff sometimes, especially when he was kind of a loner and stuff like that. Another thing they didn't talk about on the movie as much was he mentioned it a little bit about he had just broken up with his girlfriend, but he was really close with his girlfriend to the point that they had broken up. He used to go on a lot of trips with her and stuff like that, and his little dog. So one thing, when he said he entered the cave, that he felt the vibration, and the closer that he got, the vibration became more and more, to where it was so severe that he ran away and had to leave. That's probably something from Nellis Air Force Base, probably some type of technology or something that they're using, And what bothers me is that, I'm on YouTube, I do me, and if that happened to me, it seems like a few of his followers and fans started to turn on him, starting to say that it's fake, and he's turning more into a ghost hunter type guy than the guy that they watch to do the travel and show you how to survive in the outdoors, to be a survivalist. And it kind of pressured him to want to go back to prove his point, which is a form of cyberbullying if we're being real about it, right? So that's a whole different aspect to it, but we're going to put all this in its totality to try to come up with some type of answer on what happened to him. Another thing that people don't mention that was in the movie, but you don't read it much in articles, is that they really think that they kind of find out almost 100% that he was bisexual. A lot of people didn't know that. Maybe he didn't want that to come out. So with the pills, being bisexual, the stress of breaking up with his girlfriend in life, maybe he just wanted to not be here anymore, and he took his own life. So, it's kind of tough. You don't know. But I don't know. Let me think about this for a moment. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna have to say this, and we're gonna end it right here. I think it's an 89% chance that he took his own life, being some of the issues he had going on in his life at that time, and that he was on the meds. Well, that he took meds, but he wasn't taking his meds at that time. And if anyone deal with mental health themselves, or have anyone in their family that deals with mental health, it's kind of tough, It's kind of tough. And when they don't take their pills, it just goes all downhill. Sometimes they think they're doing better, but the reason they're doing better is because of the pills. They get off the pills, and then, so to me, he probably should have never been out there by himself, but he was a grown man and he had to do what he had to do. So I'm going to say 89% that he probably just went off and took his own life. But, and there's a big but, big but, I still think 11% that something happened with Nellis Air Force Base and he ran up on something that he shouldn't have, and they couldn't let him get back to the public to show that. So he still might be alive, who knows, or they could have just made him no more, if you're getting what I'm saying. So I'm going to leave that right there. Please hit that comment section up. Let me know what you think happened to Kenny Veach. Share your comments, share your thoughts. We could bounce them off each other, And as I always say, pick a percentage from another side. Because in fact, what? Say it. You might be wrong. Thanks for watching Conspiracy Why. I've been your host, Arthur Wells. Don't forget to hit up that comment section and let me know what you think happened to Kenny Veach. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And once again, thanks for watching Conspiracy Why.